Hello and welcome to ASP.NET Core 6 Fundamentals here on Pluralsight. This course contains everything you need to build your first full web application using the ASP.NET Core platform. My name is Jill Clearen and I will be your guide for this course. The web is an awesome place to build applications for. When building for the web, we start out using HTML and CSS, and maybe now you're at a point where you want to build your next big thing. But while HTML and CSS are the foundations of the web, using just HTML and CSS, we can create static content. We create the HTML pages, put them on a server, and then a user can read them using a browser. Not much more is possible with these technologies, just standalone, let's say. Here you are, willing to build the next big thing, but the only thing we can do is static content. That would mean you need to know upfront what each page is going to look like. But you want to display an up-to-date list of products with their stock status. You'll want the user to be able to search the catalog of products. You'll want the user to add items to a shopping cart and process the order. You'll want the user to log in when placing the order and see a list of all orders they made in the past. All of these are examples of dynamic content. In the end, what the user will see is still HTML, but it's not written by us. It's generated. It is dynamic. It's basically the way that all websites run today. For sure, no one at Amazon is creating all these pages manually. They are dynamic HTML content, again, generated. And to generate that dynamic HTML, you'll need a web framework that generates that HTML for our users. That framework will run on the server, so on the back end. ASP.NET Core is such a framework. Using ASP.NET Core as our backend web framework, we can use C# to create powerful, modern web applications. And the goal of this course is learning the ASP.NET Core framework. So let's see what we will learn in this module. While I've just introduced the ASP.NET Core framework, we need to gain some understanding of ASP.NET Core. What is it? What can we do with it? And much more. And that we'll do in the first part of this module. What is ASP.NET Core? Once we have that knowledge, I'll give you an overview of all that you will learn in this course. All throughout this course, we will work on creating a real-life application, and that I will show you here as well. To follow along with this course, you'll need to have some things installed on your machine, and getting your machine ready to do so will be the last part we cover in this module. This course was created using ASP.NET Core 6, which at the time of the recording of this course is the latest version. ASP.NET Core 6 is part of .NET 6, so under the covers, we are using that here too. I'm using Visual Studio 2022 for all demos throughout this course, since that is the only version that supports .NET 6 and ASP.NET Core 6. I'll show you how to get this later in this module. All code and samples will work perfectly fine if you're using the same version that I'm using. In November 2022, Microsoft released .NET 7 and ASP.NET Core 7. All code and samples of this course will work fine with .NET 7 and ASP.NET Core 7 too. Also, nearly all features that we're using in this course will work fine with older versions too, like .NET 5. I won't be going into any detail about what works where, since that would be a tedious task. But as said, most samples will run fine with older versions too. I do recommend to work with a new version of the tools and languages, like we are doing here.